Schönen guten Tag, liebe Lehrer. Ich meine, liebe Lerner und Lernerinnen. Okay, wir haben mal über Nomen gesprochen. Und heute sprechen wir über die Pluralbildung von Nomen. We spoke about the nouns before. And now we want to talk about how the nouns can be pluralized. And that is what we are going to do today. That's what we are going to do. I'm going to repeat that. That is what we are going to do in this lesson. Okay, now we said that there are some things that are peculiar to the German nouns. Number one, German nouns have genders. Masculine, feminine, and neuter. And that is German noun. This is peculiar to the German language. English does not have anything like that. Okay, but then the nouns, and not only that, the nouns in German are written with initial capital letter. And with that, we come to the business of pluralizing the nouns. Just like in English, almost every noun has a plural form. And we want to see in German the pluralization. How do we do it? How can it be done? And then we want to see. But we need to start from saying, giving a kind of a little description of what we are about to do. A plural noun is showing that there is more than one person, one animal, one place, one thing, or one idea that one is talking about. And to form the plural noun in English is straightforward than in German. However, there are rules that can guide us. However, there are rules that can guide us in the formation of plurals in German. Because these rules have a lot of exceptions. The best way to master the pluralization in German is to just memorize the plural form. That settles it. But then it's also good to have a kind of guide. Please don't forget that though we have rules, there are exceptions to the rules. But then the best way to know the pluralization, to know the plural forms of any noun that we have or that we learn is to just know it, just memorize it, and like that, you are just fine. However, we still give us some rules that will be our guiding principle in the formation of German plural. Okay, so we have the first rule. The first rule, and I have it here, the first rule, I call it rule A1. You will add N or EN to masculine nouns. By now we know what we mean by masculine nouns. You can check it up in your dictionary to know every noun has the indication in the dictionary if it is masculine, feminine, or is neuter. You can always get that in the dictionary. So you add N or EN to masculine nouns that end with E, ENT, ANT, IST. Very simple. And we have the examples here. So we start from the first one, which is E. So we see that in der Junge. Der Junge. Junge simply means a young boy. Der Junge. And you can see der. It shows that that is masculine. Exactly. So we have der Junge, and then the plural is die Jungen. There is additional N to the present, to the singular form. I want to say something very pertinent. All the plural form take article D. Very important. Once it's in the plural, of course, in the singular, it takes either der, die, or das. And we're going to see the examples here. But when it comes to the plural, all the nouns, either it's masculine, feminine, or neuter, we take D as their article. So we have the example here, der Junge, say it after me, der Junge, and then the plural is die Jungen. We have an N added. The next one, remember we said masculine noun that end with E, and then we have ENT, that's the second one. Der Student, this is ENT. Der Student, and the plural is, remember, die Studenten. We have the EN at the end. And then the next one is ANT. Of course, by now we know the meaning of student, der Student, die Student. Okay, and then this one is die Student, die Students. Okay, then we go to the next one, ANT, der Doktorand. This is a doctoral candidate. Der Doktorand, and then the plural, as I said, we always have D here, die Doktoranden, En. Okay, and then we go on to the last one, which is IST. We have der Tourist. Tourist is tourist. And then the plural is die Touristen. Die Touristen. Okay, that is all about the rule A1. Then we go to rule 1B. Sorry, rule 1A. And we go to rule 1B. Rule 1B says, add N or EN to feminine nouns that end with E, ION, IK, HEIT, KEIT. In essence, any feminine noun that ends with any of these, when you are forming the plural, what you need to do is you just add either N or EN. Let's go on and look at the examples that we have here. The first one is the feminine nouns that has, the first one is E. And we have the example here, die Banane. That's banana. Die Banane. Say it. Very good. Die Banane. And then the plural is die Bananen. You see the En? The second one, die Nation. Die Nation. Die Nation. It ends with ION. This one ends with E. Die Nation. And then the plural is die Nationen. Die Nationen. The next one is the one that ends with IK. Die Kritik. Of course, the Nationen simply means the nation. The nation, and the plural is die Nationen, the nations. And then the next one is die Kritik. IK. It ends with IK, which means criticism or the critique. And then we have the Kritiken, EN. EN is added to this. The next one is height. The Dummheit. The Dummheit. Pronounce it. The Dummheit. And Dummheit simply means stupidity. The Dummheit. And then the plural is just add EN. Then you have, and then, of course, the D, which is the article. D, you have the Dummheiten. And then we'll come to the next one, which is shaft. We have the Freundschaft. Freundschaft simply means friendship. Freundschaft. And then we have die Freundschaften. The Freundschaften. Now we have the first rule, that is rule 1B. And this is talking about any noun that is feminine and is ending with tate, just as we have it here, tate. We have talked about shaft, now we are talking about tate. So we have the example, die Universität. And the plural is, remember, I repeat again, the article. The definite article for the plural is always die. Never forget that, always die. And then we have die Universität, and then we have die, plural, die Universitäten, die Universitäten. And then the last one is die Übung. Of course, the Universität simply means university. The first one is die Universität, university, and die Universitäten, universities, plural, in the plural form. Then we have the last one, die Übung. Say it, die Übung. Okay? And then the plural is die Übungen. Die Übungen. Übung is exercise. And of course, the plural is exercises. So I repeat, die Übung, Die Übungen. Okay, that is that about Rule 1b that says add n or en to feminine nouns that end with any of these endings. However, there is a little peculiarity for feminine nouns that end with in, and that's what I want to look at. That is still under Rule 1, the first rule. The first rule, Rule 1b, and want to just quickly look at that now. Here, up here, we can see the feminine nouns that end with in, and I give an example. Die Lehrer, Lehrerin, die Lehrerin. The plural of this will be die Lehrerinnen. There will be the duplication of the N here. The same thing with Amerikanerin, Amerikanerin. Of course, the plural there. And this is like an exception to the rule. We just need to note it. So we have, I write the D here, die Amerikanerin, and then the plural is die Amerikanerinnen. Okay, so we have the multiplication, the doubling of the N. So, with that, we come to the end of the first rule. And then we are going to the second rule, which will show us more about the pluralization in German. Okay, ich sag mal, bis bald. Okay, ciao.